G'day everybody and welcome to another YouTube video. As you can see, today we're going to be having a look at the Boba Fett Slave 1. This is the Power of the Force range. It's basically came out I think in the 90s, probably about 98. There's the back of the box for you. And this one's a little bit different to the other Slave 1 review I've done because obviously it's the Boba Fett and not the Jango Fett version. And you can see straight away there from the picture there's a different compartment that you can open up, which I'm going to show you. So let's get to the vehicle, because that's what we're here for. So here it is. This is the Boba Fett Slave 1 version. I'll start with the back. As you can see there, we have the handle for your holding. You then have the engines, and then sliding down. You've got a bit of detail there. There's a few stickers to apply on the back. Then we'll move around to the fins. Now if you watch the fins, you'll actually notice that when I lay it down, gravity takes over and the fins actually lay themselves down, and when I pick it back up, the fins actually rotate around. So that's another interesting feature. You can, however, stop that by, if you actually have a look on the back, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up there, but there is a small button just at the very top. If you actually push that in, you can actually hold down on put pressure on the rotating arm, and it will actually hold the fins in position for you. There's the cockpit there. Now you'll notice that it's not Boba, that's the Stig from Top Gear, if you're a bit of a car enthusiast. Now I'm only using Stig because he's nice, bright and white, and you can easily pick him up. A little bit different to the Slave 1 from Jango is it is removable, but it's not a lift-up cockpit viewing section, so it's pretty much once it's in. But let's get to the real main exciting part of the ship. Oh, before we do that, here's the rotating guns, turret guns. Rotate 360 degrees. But let's get to the big part. So as we know, Boba Fett, his aim in life was to get a Han Solo back to Jabba the Hutt. So with the pack, you actually do get a Han Solo in carbonite. No actual Han in there, but you get the carbonite Han, so you can reenact your scenes. But this is basically a version for loading Han on. So what you can do is you can take this part off, and that opens you up into the actual inside workings of the Slave 1 vehicle. And you can also pop out and slide down the ramp, so you can actually have someone, or Boba, pretend to load Han into the vehicle. Now hopefully you'll be able to show you in there, so we'll spin this around. So you can see there's pretty much nothing in the actual vehicle itself. However, what you will notice is on the side here, there's a little lever. And if you look closely, we can move the Stig, or what would be Boba Fett, from a standing in sort of like a landing position. So he can actually go back up into his, ready to fly the Slave 1, or he's ready to get out of the Slave 1. So that's a rather interesting feature, and it does look pretty cool up the top. So you can see him up there, and it's sectioning as though he's disappears, and then back he pops up. So all in all, it's not a bad vehicle. It's rather light, as you can see, because there's nothing in there. There's the rotating arm. There's pretty much, that's it. There's no real detail in there. It's sort of like hidden once you put the cockpit, or the storage door back on, and that just clips back in. So when compared to the other Slave 1, which I'll bring up now, relatively the same size, but obviously you can see the difference in colouring. But the Jango Fett Slave 1 really is, if you're looking for features, it's the one to go for, because it can drop the bombs. It's got the missile launcher, and you can really obviously have a bit more play with it, so you can fire the missiles as well. So turret guns wise too, you'll notice that the turrets on Jango Fett's are a lot skinnier than on Boba's, and I think they're also a little bit more sturdier too. But I suppose you get that when that's a remake, because this one was obviously made after the Boba Fett one. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that review. Hang around, because hopefully I'll be getting on to this big fella. Well, not really that big, but it's Obi-Wan Starfighter and his hyperspace rings. It's a Toys R Us exclusive, so hopefully I'll be doing a review quickly or shortly on that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.